here's the interesting thing. The more excellent I make myself, the more excellent my kids are going to be. And I just believe that's fact. Do you know what I mean? So that's why you always have to put yourself first. That's why I always say on the airplane, push on your mask first, man. Because if you're dead, you can't help anybody anyway. You know what I mean? Because when altitude change, you finish. And then if they pick me at the mask on, I say, well, I can't do shit because you ain't here. I mean?
Welcome back to Relatable Dads Unscripted. Figuring out parenthood, one honest conversation at a time. And today, not gonna lie, I'm excited for this one. I've wanted to film with this man for a long, long time. You might have seen a little snippet when we've done our Father's Day walk. My man come through. I introduced him as a professional boxer. But yeah, today I got my boy, Dom. Love this guy so much. I rang him this morning and I was like, listen, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, you free today? And I was like, yes. Got back, put all the stuff in my car, came down, and I wanted to film in his gym. He owns a boxing gym down in Northampton. I'm going to put the address in the description below. But yeah, I wanted to film with him in this gym. I've got some a little trailer thing that I'll throw in there as well. And I was filmed.
Oh, from earlier?
Yeah. I filmed him today coaching one of his fighters. So talk to me about your gym first and foremost.
Yeah, so the gym is gym's called Boxer's Body. Like AJ says, it's in Northampton. It kind of started originally from my dad. My dad used to do a lot of coaching, and he used to coach a lot of people, getting people off the streets and helping people better themselves. And we've kind of just sort of built on that. That's still there. And then we're building sort of a nice community where everyone can train. It's not all, when you think of boxing, a lot of time people think it's just hitting people, but really we're looking more the boxing fitness side of it. And the reason behind the name Boxer's Body is predominantly when you see a boxer enter the ring, you're always going to look at their body and be like, yeah, he's in shape. So what we're trying to do is take the skills and the techniques that we use for professional and amateur boxers and bring them to the home market so that you, your wife, whoever can get fit and look the shit.
Yeah. The shit.
Oh, sorry, I swore, sorry.
You know what, yeah? Sienna goes to me the other day, Dad, can you do a podcast where you don't swear so I can show it in school? And I was like, yeah. I tried doing one with Dan the other day and I swore. And I was like, she can't show that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to do one where I don't. I think that's the one with the divorce lawyer, Ellie. I didn't swear at all in that episode. But she can't really talk about divorce in school. Do you know what I mean? Dad, look, here you go, show and tell.
Look at this.
Yeah, for all of those kids that are going through divorce.
Yeah.
So what's the main reason you set up this gym? And obviously we can see pictures of the pups and everything else.
Yeah, I suppose the main reason is my dad. My dad, unfortunately, is no longer here. Lost my dad 9 months ago. And me and my dad were very close. And he just done so much for the community and the boxing world and just people in general, really. And I just didn't want his legacy to sort of leave with him. So I've done my best to keep that alive and hopefully take it to a different level and still keep him, centered to the gym and centered to our principles of what we do. And his voice is always in my head. He's my best mate and I miss him very much. But yeah. I don't know if I answered the question. If I was just
no, it's calm. It's calm.
Yeah, no, it's basically, I suppose, everything that my dad did, I just want to be able to keep that alive and bring something brilliant to the community and help people grow and be fit and
You talk about your dad. Obviously, I know you outside of this, but you talk about your dad in such a positive light. kind of jealous because we never went through them things there. But like, talk to me a little bit about like your relationship with your dad and how he shaped you to the man you are today.
He was my best friend. Obviously, he was my dad, and he was my best. When I say best friend, I was very fortunate to do things with my dad. Just me and my dad a lot of the time. I've got brothers and a stepsister as well. But like we spent a lot of time together. We'd go like to Vegas, just me and him, and watch boxing.
Biggest fight you watched?
What's the biggest fight me and him watched? Actually, and someone else who's no longer with us was actually Floyd Mayweather versus Ricky Hatton.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so me and my dad went to that.
You met Ricky Hatton?
Yeah, I met Ricky Hatton a few times. I met Ricky a few times. Nice guy, and rest in peace, Ricky. It's a massive loss to the boxing community because what he did at the time when he did it was phenomenal, and to go on, to back what you do here, this is the importance of being able to speak. Obviously, everything that Ricky went through. The problem is sometimes when you have everything at your feet and then it's taken away from you, you don't know what to do. And the same can be said of like you're always the person that says it to me. You always wanted to be a dad, so that could be your everything. So then, relative to this pod, if you wanted to be that and say, like, I don't know, the relationship with your partner, not yours, but the relationship with someone's partner breaks down and then it goes sideways, there's lots that can affect your mental state. And, back to Ricky, he was on top of the world and he was a man. And the thing is with boxing, it's part of your identity. When that's removed from you, sometimes what are you? And people are like, you can coach, it's not the same.
There was talks of him fighting again in the end of this year. I think it was end of this year or start of next year that there was talks of him fighting again. And that's only recently come out that he was obviously.
I think he was in training for a fight.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. And
I think it's still like a grey cloud of how he actually passed as well.
Yeah, it is as far as I'm aware. I don't know. I mean, I don't tend to read the papers and stuff, so I haven't actually done any digging as to why. But what I do know is it's a massive loss because, we've all got to leave, but we prefer if people didn't leave like that. Do you know what I mean? So,
especially as his son's now boxing as well.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that,
you need your dad. I mean, I say you need your dad. I mean, you need your dad. You do need your dad. I believe, like, what people don't realise with boxing is if you look in the corner, 90% of the time, it's someone's father, or if not a father type figure, because of the nature of the sport. You have
like
to
Tyson
trust
and Gus in it.
Yeah, you have to trust your corner. Like when my dad would get in the ring in between the ropes and give me an instruction, I'm listening because you're dad, innit? And you want the best for me. You're not going to put me in a situation that I can't handle.
Did he corner you a lot?
Yeah, he cornered all my sort of like kickboxing and license.
I didn't know done kickboxing as well.
Yeah, I started kickboxing.
Still be able to beat him up though.
Of course. Kickboxing and license fights and he did all my corners for that. I mean, when I was professional, he didn't have his professional license, so he didn't do my corner for that. But yeah, he did the majority of my fights overall.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
So I know I didn't have like a very good relationship with my dad, but at one point when I was actually speaking to my dad, I done a white collar fight, and my dad came to my white collar fight, and he was in my corner.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, for my white collar fight, and it was just like it was only you speaking about like your dad in your corner, and I was just like, wow. When I done my white collar fight, he was actually there, and he was like, "Keep your hands up." I was like, "I can't." I was in a bad state of affairs. It's like I drew, so I'm still an undefeated boxer.
Yeah,
just saying, you know what I mean? But like it was only funny you saying that, like having your dad in your corner, and I was like, "Wow!" Like when I actually done my fight, yeah, he was there.
Your dad was there because honestly,
and I think you try and. Sorry to interrupt there, but like I think you always try and impress your dad. So I think having your dad in your corner is kind of like you're not doing it. You're fighting for a new energy because you're just like, I know that Pucks is there. I need to make sure I show out for that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which going on to, I do believe if I know you're probably going to have a different opinion to this, innit? But Eubank Senior, if he wasn't in the corner for Junior, I don't think he would have found that extra gear to beat Conor Ben in those later rounds. Because I feel like there's a couple of moments where he was wobbled, and Ben was on top in that fight. And I feel like having Senior there, he looked over and was like, I can't do this in front of my pups. And I feel like that's what gave him that extra, even if it's only an extra 3%, that extra 3% makes a massive difference in like the elite heavyweight, in elite boxing. Do you know what I mean? So I do think Senior being there was a benefit to Junior.
Massively. Couldn't. I was worried for the sake of, not to forget boxing, for the sake of humanity, if I'm honest, is philosophical as that might sound. I was worried, thinking, I do not want to see you not there. So then when he was there, I was like, thank God. I just didn't want that to be a thing. I didn't want that to be a thing for like I say, forget Chris Eubank Jr. as a boxer. I wanted him there as a son, to be there with his father, to win or lose, to be there to, commemorate or celebrate the win or the loss. Do you know what I mean? That was very important to me as a fan of boxing, as a fan of people. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want that for once. Obviously, I know Chris Senior lost his other son, Seb, who was a lovely man. I actually used to speak to Seb a bit. Years ago, actually, me and Seb were actually potentially going to box as pros. I didn't know this, but my manager said, oh yeah, they've been asking.
Who would have won?
Seb would have beaten me. I'm going to put it there definitely, because he's no longer with us, so I'm not going to disrespect the dead. So,
fair enough.
You know what I mean?
I'll disrespect the dead. I reckon you'd have beat him.
I'll take it. I'll take it. But yeah, no, I mean, Seb was a good guy. He was a good guy. He was conscious. He was a good guy, and it's a massive loss. But, back to Chris and Chris, I'm so glad for their relationship and everything, and the biggest fight of his life, that his father was there to support him with it. You know what I'm saying? My dad was always there. I think my dad might have missed 2 of my fights, but that was purely because they were amateur. An amateur fight, and you could be like, oh yeah, he boxed on Friday and it's Wednesday. Oh, right, okay, cool. And then that was it. I think he missed one when I went to Brighton to box, and then one when I went to, actually no, 3 of my fights. Brighton, Woking, where's the other one? And then somewhere in London.
How did you perform on those 3 fights?
Brighton I won. The London one I won. And the Woking one I lost. I shouldn't have really been in the Woking one because I was ill.
Oh, really?
But actually I didn't. I lost, but I didn't really lose.
Okay.
Because he was the local boy.
Okay.
And it was, to be honest, if my dad had been there, I would have won.
You reckon?
Because it makes a difference. Because when I was in the ring, I remember sitting down and listening to my corner. I didn't know a single person in the arena. And that was difficult for myself, because it's like I'm looking around, but I just want some energy from someone. I want somebody like, you can do it. Everyone was looking at me like, die! Do you know what I mean? Because everyone was here for the other guy. But yeah, my dad had been there, I would have won.
You reckon? So it's amazing how you can reflect back and be like, yeah, if my old man was there, I would have won. And you know what, I'm going to get a bit deep here. After that fight, the Eubank Junior and Eubank Junior and Ben fight.
Event,
like, I was really reflecting on the fact that if Senior wasn't there, so as I was watching that fight, I was like, I got emotional, because I was like, Eubanks Junior has given like an extra 10%, however much percent, because his old man was in his corner. And then I was like, Ben gave 120% because his dad was in his corner, and he knew that the love that he had for his dad and his dad's legacy, and he didn't want to lose. And you could tell so much, it meant so much to him at the end of the fight. And then at the end of the fight, when Nigel Ben was holding him and hugging him, and I was like, I missed that. Like, I've missed that throughout my life. Like, all of those occasions where you look to the corner and you see like your dad or a support figure or a male role model, and you give that extra percentage. And I was like, I wonder how much in life people miss out on in terms of business, where they just need that look over in the corner and they give that extra percentage. Or school, when you look at in the corner, you know that you're doing it for a higher reason or higher purpose, and you've got that spirituality behind you to guide you forward. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, how much of that have I missed in my life, where I feel like I haven't had that kind of look in the corner and be like, go forward. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, I was mad emotional, bro. I'm not even joking. Like, I was bawling my eyes out thinking, like, I wonder, I don't want to sound like a pity party, but I wonder how much I've missed out on in life where I haven't had that person in the corner. And I've like, I promised myself so much that Ro will never not have me in his corner to be like, son, even if I'm dead, my son will always know that I've always been in his corner. And like, that's what I want. Like, I want him to, well, and my girls obviously, but like, I saw it from a dad and son point of view, but I always want my son to know that even if I'm dead, like, I was in his corner. Do you know what I mean? Like, he can look behind him and know that I'm there behind him, pushing him. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, like, just, I don't know why we've gone on that massive tangent.
No, I agree. I think, you know, I think I get it. I get what you're saying. And unfortunately, like, for me, we can't go back.
No, 100%.
I mean, we can only go forward. And I think the beautiful thing, what you've been able to do, is you found that resilience yourself. Do you know what I mean? That's what I would say.
It's definitely made me a better father, it's made me want to be more like
active and present. Well, it's that old saying of there was a father with two sons. I think they were twins, and then they interviewed the first son, and like, the dad was like an alcoholic and a bit abusive and all the rest of it. And they interviewed the first son, and they said, you know, what made you do what you do? Why are you an alcoholic? He's like, I watched my father. Okay, and then they went to the next son, and he's a successful businessman, and they were like, what? And he doesn't drink and never touched a drop. What made you what you are? I watched my father.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of,
100%.
You know what I mean? You went to the second one as opposed to the first one, because you're like, well, I see what that did to me. I ain't doing that to him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And lo and behold, that's what we got now. That's what I'm saying. Rose blessed. And you know, again, back to relatable dads. I mean, I think that is like your Nigel Ben and your Christopher Eubank Senior. I think they're both phenomenal fathers. They've just done it in different ways. Ben,
it is weird how they've gone very separate, like
totally different. But I mean, it's relative to who they were when they were the guys. Like, Ben was that kind of, you know, knock him out, do him, blah, blah, blah. And then obviously you see that in Connor, whatever. And then
go on, do your best Eubank Senior impression.
I don't ever can. I used to love Chris because he used to annoy everyone. You know why I love Chris? Chris did it his way. I swear
that was his song as well. What's his song? His walkout song?
Nah, his was simply the best.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But he did it his way. It was like, he did, Frank Sinatra's a G, you know. But I'll tell you about him later. I saw something yesterday about Frank Sinatra. And I was like, my last ring walk song was Frank Sinatra. Which is My Way. Did it my way. So I do My Way, and then it cut into a Kano song, P's and Q's.
Come on, that's
my tune. I think probably the last 4 or 5 fights, that's been my tune, P's and Q's.
So my walkout song, was all I do is win.
Yeah.
And then I drew. I was fuming, bro.
But yeah, no, they did, and you know, I think anyone can be an excellent father. It's just finding and navigating the way that works best for you, and not just for you, for your children, because it's one of those ones that's like that. It's like that, having for me, having kids different ages is challenging, but it's challenging in a different way because I still want to give them as much love as possible. But I'm also a different person to when my eldest son was young. Like the person I am today isn't that same person.
So go through kids-wise, ages.
So my eldest son is 16, just started college, phenomenal rugby player. He's actually a good boxer as well, but I don't really want to, I don't want to facilitate that. I don't know if I've got the stomach to sit down and watch my baby get punched in the head. Yeah, I don't think I've got it, mate. Even when he's had one fight, and that was difficult for me. I had to get, like, one of my best friends, Jim, ended up doing his corner, but I was like, there's no way I could do it. I couldn't stomach it because it's still my baby. Do you know what I mean? Like 16 and flipping, you know, facial hair or whatever. I don't care. You're my baby. And the difference with rugby is, I always say this, is like, rugby again is very dangerous, but so you're only sort of in danger when the ball's in your hands. Whereas in the boxing ring, you're always in danger. Like you have to always, like, not that you can switch off in rugby, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah. When the ball's in your hands, everybody wants that ball, mate. Yeah. So we're coming for you. Whereas for boxing, I want the win, so I'm always coming for you. It don't matter where. I don't care if you're sat on the stool. I don't care. I want your blood.
You seen Romeo Must Die?
Romeo Must Die, yeah, of course.
When
Jet Li and
when he gets licked up when he's playing NFL and he gets hit up, and he's like, oh yeah, it's because you got the ball. You're a target. And he's like, okay, cool. So he's running with the ball. He just throws them the ball, slaps him up, and then gets the ball off of him. Throws the ball to someone else.
Good. I'm gonna watch that again. I haven't seen that in years.
I think I've seen it quite recent. That's why it reminded me of that. When you said when you've got the ball, you're a target.
I ain't seen that in years. That was a brilliant film. Jet Li and DMX, wasn't it? And the Leo. Yeah. Was DMX in that one?
Yeah, DMX in that.
Was DMX in Cradle to the Grave?
I think he's in both.
Oh, is he?
I think he's in both.
I can't remember. Yeah, Delroy Lindo's in that as well. I actually met Delroy Lindo.
He's from Lewisham, isn't he?
Is he?
I'm pretty sure it's him from Lewisham.
He's massive.
Yeah.
He's taller than me. He's bare tall.
That's not that hard.
Yeah. Huh?
I said that's not that hard.
But yeah, no, yeah. That's a good example, actually. But yeah, I'm gonna have to sit down and watch that film. But yeah, no, and then so he's 16, and then my youngest son is 3, and then my daughter is 7 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, three of them.
So Rain and Roman are about the same age, and they've got a good little friendship going on. But Roman don't really get a look in when they come round because Sienna's just like, well, I think Sienna got a bit annoyed in her last time because Sienna was like kind of left out, and Ivy was just the main focal point. So I think Sienna was a bit hurt. I'm not gonna lie. So Rain's got some making up to do.
Oh no. Oh, round 2. Let me know when.
Yeah. So going back to. So obviously you've got a 16-year-old, 3-year-old, 7-month-old. Obviously, different mothers.
Yeah.
Well, not obviously. That's a bit.
Well, I suppose it is because of the gap. Yeah. You could say it's kind of obvious because like, why have you had one then and then waited?
Because you're stupid if you've gone a massive gap with the same. Yeah, that's a long. So how do you navigate and go through the challenges of like what it's like co-parenting, especially now there's 2 different households where you've got children?
It was very difficult at first. It's still difficult, still as a check, because the reality is, the way I like to look at it is when you have one household, even if mum and dad are saying something different, the ruling eventually, one of them will catch the ruling. So you'll be like, no, I'm in control of this. What I say is goes. And then if you're in a good relationship, at least you'll that's where you connect and be like, okay, cool. Mum said it's this. Say something like grounding. It's not. I don't really do grounding anymore. Yeah, that's not really something. That's something I was subject to, but that's not something I do with my kids. But send them to a room. My older boy take his phone, whatever. Which obviously taking the phone is even more traumatizing for them than the grounding. Oh, my phone! I can't see.
What do I do now?
What do I do? And then the baby boy, he's been like a little bit naughty. He goes to his bedroom because he's such a character, and he's lunatic. I love him. But anyway, them 2 is different. But with the mums, it's different. It's difficult with my oldest son's mum, because obviously I'm not in the house, and she has her way, and her way is right for her.
Yeah.
But then if my way is different, which obviously it is, otherwise we'd probably still be together. It's difficult when I want to go left and she wants to go right. And then we've got a son in the middle who's torn between the two. And that fundamentally has been the massive issue. How
do you negotiate that? Because you have still got a very good relationship with her.
Yeah, me and Leanne have got a much better relationship now. And then I always, like now, I said, like, we had a conversation not so long ago, and I said, look, you got to just trust me, because you don't realise I want the best for my son. And I know you want the best for my son, but I believe in female and male energy. I know the world's a different place. I don't care. I believe in male and female energy. Yeah, I'm not saying that people can't do whatever they want to do. If you're a man, you want to be a man, do your thing. Woman, be a woman, do your thing, innit? But this is what I believe, yeah? So I believe that if we have a son, which we do, I'm probably going to know more of his needs than what she knows, contextually. So like, I know that you need to be strong and resilient because the world ain't going to give you no handouts. But at the same time, I'm not going to give the same love as what Leanna gives. And I said this to her, I said, you nurture the boy. Yeah, you love and nurture when he's poorly. Like when my son's ill, you'd be lucky if you get... No, he don't want me, but he'd be lucky because he'd be lucky if he get any meds out of me. He'd be like, oh, don't me off. I'm like, walk it off. Yeah, because obviously that's what we do, isn't it? So I just walk it off. I don't hear that nonsense. But when he's here, he wants to go to his mum because he knows his mum's going to hold him. Oh, baby. And the reality is he needs that. But he doesn't need that from both of us all the time. You know what I'm saying? So in terms of his development, it's like my son wants to do something that isn't easy to do. He wants to play professional rugby. It's like, well, his mum comes from no sporting background. She doesn't really do any sport. So why would we listen to you when you have no vested interest in the topic? Whereas obviously I've been a professional athlete, so I know what it takes. And you, like I always say this in boxing, as a boxer, regardless of your level, you could be, Floyd Mayweather. Nobody chooses you to be a boxer. You choose. Does that make sense? So like, I chose to be a professional boxer. Whereas rugby, you need to be chosen. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't have the choice of, I'm going to be a professional rugby player. You don't get to choose. They choose you. So you need to be something in order to make that happen. And it's not just good on the pitch. You need to be a good person. Because this is business still. It's like, if you're a dickhead, I don't want to work with you. It's like, why would I want to spend all these hours with you? Like the rugby especially, it's a sport where I need to trust you. Because if I'm going to put my body on the line for you, I need to trust you. I need to trust you'll do the same for me. Indifferent to football in a sense, like, because, the
camaraderie in rugby, I think, is unmatched to any other sport.
I'm so gutted I didn't play. I mean, I played it recently now as a vet, because like I've got in on the dad's games and stuff, and I'm like, this game, So since retiring from boxing, I think I've played maybe one or two rugby games.
I didn't know you'd done that.
Yeah, but only like vet games. It was sick, bro. Yeah. I'm like, because you can just run at people. It's like, I'm allowed to just run into you. No one's going to tell me off. I ain't going to get locked, nothing.
See, I don't know, man. Like, you know what it is? Like, I'm a bit of a pussy when it comes down to that. I'd rather I'm not even joking, I'd rather have a boxing fight and know that I've got one guy trying to punch my head in than I've got 15 guys on the opposing team trying to lick my head off. And then even the 14 other guys on my team, when I'm on the floor in a ruck or in a scrum or something, they're still stabbing on my head. I'm like, nah, I ain't about that life. Bro, I'm telling you, if I'm coming back in the changing room, I've got bruck up head and got cuts everywhere, all that. I've got blood seeping out of me, and it's from my own teammates. You think I'm not? Hey, listen, when we get in the car park, but then also,
me and you is on.
But then also, they're massive guys. Like, when I used to work the doors, I was always shook when I had like a group of rugby lads coming. Because I'm like, this is going to be a long night for me. Because if they kick off, I'm just like, boys, enjoy it. Just like when you finish, just tidy it up a little bit, innit? You know what I mean? So, but so do you think he's got in a non-biased way, do you think he's got the capabilities of becoming a professional rugby player?
Well, I think we take it again back to the podcast. I think this is where role models, not necessarily dads, but positive role models, male or female, have a vested say in what our kids can do. So if you look at our kids, like I was a good athlete, my son's a good athlete. Is it a coincidence? My 3-year-old son, he'd come up in there in the gym and he'll be doing burpees and licking the bag. Is that just coincidence?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, what environment have we facilitated to make this happen?
Yeah.
So when I watch my son's mistakes and when I watch his excellence, I'm like, okay, cool, where did he learn that? It's like the mistakes, they come from me. There's certain mistakes that he makes in life. And I'm like, well, I know you've probably learned that from me. And then there's certain excellent things he does in life. And I think he's learnt that from me. Not gassing myself, but there's certain things he did. Like, even when he's on the rugby pitch, even not having played, it's amazing because sometimes people will be like, oh yeah, she didn't kill. And I'll be like, no, it's not even that. Like, they'll say it after, I'll say it properly. I'll see something, I'll be like, I know what he's going to do. He's going to do X, Y, and Z. He's going to tackle that guy like that. And then they'll be like, oh, the way he makes that try-saving tackle is amazing. I'm like, well, no, not really. I knew he was going to do that because that's what I would have done.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like apples and trees. It's like, because he's still me. You know what I mean? Energy never dies. It just multiplies. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, when I watch my child on that pitch, I know where he's strong. I know where he's weak. I know where I'm strong. And I know where I'm weak. And the probability is he's picked that up from me. Do you see what I'm saying? So going back to your original question, do I think he has the capabilities? Like potential-wise, absolutely. The problem that my son's going to always have is you need to do it even when, what's the word?
People aren't looking at you.
Yeah, you need to do it even when people aren't looking at you. So if people are watching me, mate, and you jump me in this ring, you're going to see the best rounds of sparring you've ever seen. Like, wow, who's that guy? Yeah? Like, because, you like watching, innit? But then, old version of me, he'd be like, I ain't going now, I'm going to the nightclub, chat to Gyal, when I was young.
Can you do the hard work when no one's watching? That's where it comes down to.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's
do you think he has, but that also then comes down to a mindset. So it's like, how much do you really want it? Do you know what I mean? So
the problem is because he had quite a lot quite fast, and he is his abilities on the rugby pitch are quite stand out. Like a lot of the time, it's only him that can do that in the environments.
Is he playing upper year at the moment?
Yeah, so now he's in what we call Colts, which is you merge 16-year under 17s or under 18s. Okay. So they're all in one bracket essentially now. So he's playing with 18-year-olds as well as 16, 17-year-olds. Actually, he'll be the youngest because he's August born. So in terms of school years, he's one of the youngest on the team easily. But yeah, and he still stands out. But the skill set he has will last as long as it'll last. Because when we're all men, you're not going to just be lightning fast in comparison. There'll be other people that are fast. You won't be the only one. So we need to keep leveling him up. Because otherwise it won't happen in reality. Because it's a window like that. And we can't make any guarantees. Like I said, you need to be chosen. Then it's not just your ability on the pitch. If they don't like you, then they're going to be like, well, what am I choosing him for? Right?
How do you guide him at the moment in terms of navigating that? Because obviously it's like football, rugby, very similar in terms of you can try and there's a lot of politics with getting chosen and getting scouted and stuff like that. But your barrier to entry is very hard.
Yeah.
So how do you navigate and set him up for the realistic world that we're living in?
Outside of rugby?
Or just in general, guiding him for rugby, but then also guiding him for if you don't make it as a rugby player, then there's...
Yeah. So in terms of what else, and if we are successful in his endeavours, there's lots of options on the plate or on the table that we're working with. Obviously, that is the main focus for him. And, he might change his mind. He might decide, I want to play tennis. So we make sure indifferent to what I said about Ricky Hatton, it's part of your identity, I'm doing my best to remove that. It's something I actually watched, what's his name? His name's going to escape me. Black rugby player, plays for...
Courtney?
No, not Courtney. he's England. He's Maratoji, right?
Okay.
So Maratoji is one of the top boys in British UK rugby at the moment, England rugby, and he did a really good podcast, and I listened to it, and he said, and something he's always been clear on is, I'm a person that plays rugby. I'm not a rugby player. Because as soon as you become a rugby player, or I'm a boxer,
your association is.
That's what you see yourself. So as soon as that's gone, what you hire? Do you know what I mean? And that's what when I couldn't get my professional license back, that's what I suffered with. I was like, well, I'm a boxer. What the hell? What am I now then? And then I was quite depressed for quite some time. Didn't go into a boxing gym for probably about a year. Had no interest because there was nothing in there for me anymore.
Funny, we spoke about that as in one of my other pods with Lloyd. He was saying about like mums who are just mum.
Yeah.
And then they don't have like an identity to themselves.
Yeah.
And then they struggle as their kids get older.
Yeah.
As like, as much as like I am dad, I'm also AJ, I'm also like, I've got other invested interests. Because I feel like if you associate yourself too much to one thing, you do then like have a trouble when you have to break away from it. So yeah, going back to how do you navigate? So say you have a disagreement with, is it Liana?
Yeah.
Yeah. So say you have a disagreement, how do you navigate that? Because like in terms of
win. As in when we have it, because we win. It's not if, it's when. But yeah, go ahead, say.
Yeah. So like when you have disagreements, how do you navigate that? Because obviously you've got one way of thinking, this is how my boy needs to be raised. She's got, this is how my son needs to be raised.
I like the switching. This is how my boy needs to be like, this is how my son needs.
But like, obviously you have two different like ways of looking at raising the same child.
Yeah.
So how do you navigate that? Because I know me and Dan don't argue very well in it. So like, I imagine if me and her were to ever break up, like we'll be locking heads quite a bit in terms of how, because we parent very similar, but also very different at the same time. And I dread the thought of it. Do you know what I mean? So I always kind of want to know how other people navigate that.
I think the same with Kirst. If me and Kirst was to split up and they raise the kids, I'll be like, this will be similar to Dan. Kirst is fiery, yeah. Whereas Liana, I wouldn't necessarily say is fiery. Liana is what I would call, actually they're both princesses. I mean that very respectfully, but they're both princesses. So like the world, I believe, has been built around them, if that makes sense. And it's not me disrespecting my partner or my ex-partner. I just believe that's how, from the things that they see and the things that they say and the way that they do things, I believe the world's been built around them. So therefore, if things happen outside of their, say, control, that's when we have like problems. So, you know, with Liana, when it's not that many ways for me to control, so to speak, Liana. Because I've got no right to control her, and like, I don't mean that you shouldn't be able to control it, because I do believe that you should have a certain, like, Kirsty has got a certain level of control over me, and I've got a certain level of control over her. It doesn't mean that I'm like sit down and holding the neck and say, eat your food. It's not that, yeah. It's just that, you know, if I wanted to just go to the gym, I'm like, can I go to the gym? You know what I mean? And she'd be the same, like, not that it's like she's not going to lick me down.
So basically you ask permission to go to the gym?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's why you never see me. Only because of the kids.
That's why you were so annoyed with me, because you got that permission, and then I see you in the gym and you're like, oh, I've got my permission for once, and then you mess up my session.
I go over talking for 2 hours. I'm like, you do realise I'm going to get to come in here for another month now? But you know, like with Liana, not that I'm trying to control Liana, but I think, unfortunately, when you split up, your power's now gone. I believe that men, I could be wrong, but I believe that men, we're a little bit certain time from my visual experience of people that have split up are more lenient. But when a woman's done, a woman's done. I believe that's what I think. When a woman's done, they're done.
I say this to Dan all the time because I'm like, when a woman goes through heartbreak, they'll hurt.
Yeah.
But then once they're over it, it's done.
It's done.
Yeah.
So
They
nothing there.
can have a no turn back, but men don't have that kind of, like, even though I've been wronged by a woman, still be like, oh, like, it wasn't too bad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I just don't. It's like Liana, for instance. Like, I'd do anything for Liana. To be fair, I think Liana would pretty much do anything for me. But I know Liana, in my opinion, Liana thinks of Liana first. Right, and that's fine because she's just single. Well, actually, I think she's got a partner, but she's her own woman. She can do what she wants. Whereas I might think, no, I've got to do that for Liana, and I've got to do that.
Has she got another child?
No, she's got no more children.
Okay.
Just the one.
How did you kind of? I know we're kind of jumping for a hurdle here, but how did you? So when did you break up, and how old was?
So Kai, when we broke up, it was 2016. So
8 years ago, 9 years ago.
Yeah, 9 years ago now. So 2016, and yeah, we broke up. It was difficult.
So he was 7.
Kai was about 7. Yeah.
So did she have a partner?
I don't know. I actually don't know. Neither of us were doing that when we.
The only reason I asked that is because I would like to know how you would have felt her bringing like a next man around.
I would have been mad. I would have been very mad. She did by accident once, in her defence. She did by accident once. I think she went to her. I don't think she knew that my son was at her mum's, and she went to my mum's with some FUCK boy, yeah, and I was fuming, like, as in, like, we bringing these guys out, but it wasn't, I'm not saying she's terrible because it was sort of an accident. But then, yeah, my son met this guy, and I was like, what are you doing? But it was an accident. And yeah, I mean, obviously I couldn't drive there and beat him up but that's where my head goes, because that's what my dad would have done. Okay. Well, that's what my dad did.
That's what my dad would have done? That's what my dad did.
Yeah, so, yeah, I remember my mum was dating some guy, and then you come around the house and, yeah, whatever. But, yeah.
You can't incriminate him.
Nah. But anyway, yeah, so in terms of navigating, I think I've kind of accepted that Liana's going to just do what Liana's going to do, and that's fine. And I'm going to just do what's best for my son. However, I'm making it look like it's all good for me, but when it comes to, I couldn't tell you my son's college roster, but she could. So,
but I think that's also a very much a female thing. Like, we care about the things that we need to care about. As like, what day your son's got science, doesn't impact, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As like, Dan would know all of those kind of things, like what days the kids have got PE and stuff like that.
I have no idea.
Don't ask me, because I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Like, every day's PE. So,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, I don't know those kind of things, but I do think that's a male-dominated thing where I'm just like, that stuff it's not in the forefront of my mind, so I'm not going to have to remember that. Like, I couldn't tell you. I have to really think about what year Sienna's in now.
Yeah.
And they used to change the name of their kids' classes every year in primary school.
Yeah.
And I'd just get to know it by July, and then they changed it in September. And then they'd be like, what class is she in? I'm like, Murphy. They were like, no, she's not in that class. I'm like, I don't know. My daughter's name is X. Give me my daughter.
Yeah, give me my daughter, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Let me know this stuff. I agree. And that's the same thing with Liana and I. Like, Liana will be hot on, he's got this lesson at that time, whereas it's like, I ain't really thinking that stuff. I just, like, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because I'm the opposite side. Like, as you train today, what do you mean no? Like, every day matters. Like, we've got a window. The window's getting smaller. The older he gets, if it hasn't happened by the time he's 21, we'll call it there. Do you know what I mean? So then we move on. But that window may seem like, oh yeah, it's 5. It's not long. Every day matters, because every day, if you ain't getting closer to your goal, you're getting further away, or you're staying the same.
Do you speak to her on a regular basis?
Yeah, me and Leanna speak all the time. Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I on a side note, I do take, and I've spoke to you about this like recently, like massive credit to you for how you've like negotiated so Kirsty and Leanna speak, and then they get on really well.
Yeah.
And then like how you've managed to have a good relationship with your ex and having a good co-parenting relationship with your ex, despite you not being together. Like I think that's like, there's a lot of men out there which would love to be in that very same situation, because they've got, also it comes down to how you break up with your ex, which we're not jumping into, but like it does come down to the animosity which you harbor when you break up with someone, which would then impact how you co-parent. But to what I've seen is like hats off, because
ironically, I learned that again from my dad. Like my dad and my mum, they split up many moons ago. My dad got remarried to the neighbour. The neighbour, it would be...
See, some would say lad. Some would say that.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, man's doing what he's doing, isn't it? I love my dad no less. I love my mum no less, and I love Rachel, who he ended up marrying, no less, because then, like, I have two, a stepbrother and a stepsister, which is Emma and Chrissy, which were Rachel's children, and I love them and always be there for them, just as I would Rachel. But yeah, I mean, they went on, but eventually Rachel and my mum became, I wouldn't say they were friends, but they became like, it was fine. You could talk, and, you know, we'd all go for a family dinner, and then Rachel might be there, my mum might be there, and they might sit and chat, they might sit next to each other, whatever. And growing up seeing that.
Did he tell you anything about that? Because you obviously, like, you're seeing it, but did he ever be like, this is how I done it, or?
No, not really. I mean, my dad was always a positive person, and he'd always have some amazing quotes. You know, the worst thing about losing someone who's so important is you feel like you didn't get enough. So I'm saying, because I know there was a lot of things that you would have said to me that I was like, at the time, I was like, whatever. But then you're like, oh shit, I want to ask you that. And, you know, even like running the business and stuff now, the only person I'd want to talk to is him, because he's the only person that I would trust. You know, I've tried talking to other people sometimes, and the problem with other people is they've got their own insecurities and their own stuff going on, their own, what I call intellectual masturbation going on. Like, literally, like I said that to my son yesterday. He's 16 now, I'm like, hey, let me give you some more
insights to life.
Yeah. And it's the thing, it's like, you know, like me talking about how great I am and what I know, does that really fucking help you? That's my question. It's like, sometimes you can be with people who you're like, oh yeah, no, me and you is cool, innit? And then they just want to show you how good they are. And you're like, well, that doesn't help me. And one of the things, you know, when you're looking for mentorship or dads or relatable things, and this is what I try and do with my son. Sometimes I'll give him a code. I was like, I know you don't know what door that opens, but I'm going to keep saying that code to you, and eventually you'll be like, oh, rah. Because I know now that I'm going to, you know, God willing, I'll leave this place way before my children. So I know now that I need to give you as much as possible, just like my dad did me. And then when I'm gone, you're like, right, boom, I've got that. I know the answer to that, because I don't want you struggling through life. So, you know, seeing that from my dad made me think that's how you do it. Because sometimes at rugby, Kirsty will be there and Leanna will be there, and then stand up catching joke. And then Leanna's mum will be there, and then hanging, and like Leanna's mum and Kirsty, they like, I think Kirsty went round there one time for drinks and stuff. Like, and I love that.
That's so sick.
Because I'm like, I know that, I don't mean it like me, but I mean that's because of me. Because of the person I was with everyone, we could facilitate that.
No, that's good. But it's also good for Kai to see as well. Because if he constantly sees mum and then stepmom locking heads all the time, butting heads constantly, it's not good for him. It's not good. It's never good for your kid to be brought up in a in a hostile environment.
Terrible.
And then there's also going to be the animosity. Oh, your dad done this, da, 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 da. And it's like, you need it to, a happy home is a healthy home and a happy kid and a healthy kid. Do you know what I mean? So
absolutely. And that's the most important, I think. And I mean, it wasn't always like that. Obviously, you know, we're both bitter, so we'd say things that are probably not best. But now it's like, I just want the best where I'm at in life. I want the best for Leanna. Leanna was very supportive of me and my father in his like final days of life. And I'm a very loyal person. Very loyal person. I will know what you did for me. I will know what you didn't do for me. And if you did for me, I will never forget it. If you didn't do for me,
I'll never forget it.
So, like, Leanna did for me, and I'll never forget that. She could ask me for the world, and I'll do my best to give her it. Not at the detriment of Kirsty, but I mean, like, for me, it's like, you know, if I make the money that I'd like to make, if I can ease her life by giving her some, she can have it. So it's just that. Because like what you said, something my cousin said to me years ago, I remember when we first split up, and I had this plan, I can't believe I'm saying this out loud.
Go on, here comes the juice. You ready for this one?
I was like, so Leanna, when she first split up, Leanna, when me and her were together, she used to go out and stuff, party. But then when we split up, she was out every weekend, every night. Like, I'm going to this, I'm going to, I can't remember, was it Frank's barbecue or some magical kind of event? I'm like, what's up, auntie, man? Why are you out all the time, isn't it? And she was out raving all the time, and I was giving her, money, like in terms of for my son, even though I was having him like about 46% of the time. I'd give her the money, and then I was like, and I said to my cousin, because I've got this idea. Instead of paying monthly or whatever I was doing, I'm going to pay her up front, because at this point I think I had a bit of cash in the bank. So I was like, I'm going to pay her up front. So I'll give her the grands, like in January, and say, that's your money for the year. And I'm thinking, that's a brilliant idea, because I know what she's like. She'll spend all that money because she'll think she's a millionaire, and then by February, March, that money will have gone. And then from March all the way through to December, you can't ask me for no money because I've already done pay you it. And I thought, brilliant. And then my cousin was like, are you mad? I'm like, no, that's a bad man. He's like, no. And he was like, her mental well-being is very important to the development of your son. And I was like, shit. So you ruined my plan. No. But then when he said it, I was like, you got a point. I didn't realise that. And it's all those little things. It's like, well, actually, why do I want to cause you discomfort? Like, sometimes I believe she'd make the wrong decision because she's a single. I think she's got a partner, but at the time she was a single woman. So it was all about going out and hanging out and being seen. And I'm like, no, but that's at the detriment of my son. You can't keep leaving him with your mum. Like, because I don't do that. I never missed a day. Like, you can ask my son, I never sacrificed time with him for time to go and do
Kai, come in.
I never sacrificed. So that was one of the things that frustrated me. But looking back now, I'm like, oh, look, she's a single woman. She just wants to get on with her life, whatever. But I just didn't do that. But like I say, now it is what it is, because we work more as a team now than we ever did, I think, even when we was in a relationship.
How did you get into that place where you now work as a team instead of trying to work against each other? Not against each other,
but no, fundamentally that's what it is, because you just want to do things sometimes to spite the other person. Like, I don't know, it's like keeping clothes and just stupid things. Like, I'm not going to send those trainers to your dads, or I'm not going to send them to your mums, or whatever, just stupidness. But for me, it's like, I put my son first, in the sense that I want to do what's best for him. And what's best for him is me and his mum arguing best for him? Absolutely not. So is me and his mum getting on better for him? Absolutely. So whatever's best for Kai is what I'll do my best to do. Now, I'm definitely not perfect, but that's what's in my head. Whatever's best for him. So Leanna might say, I don't know, say like this weekend isn't my weekend, but he's with me. But what I've always said from the off, contradicting what I've just said, is every weekend's my weekend. Because look, if me and you were together, I'm not like, oh, it's not my weekend. You know what I mean? It's like every weekend's so she knows that she can drop him to me at the drop of a hat. It doesn't matter. Because it's my son, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the end of. There's nothing else. There's no my weekend, your weekend. Every day is my day. Doesn't matter what day of the week. If he needs to be with me, then that's that. You know what I mean? You know, even if I'm out of the country, I'll be like, okay, cool, go and be with your uncle or whatever. It's, you know, and I think she's at that same place as well now. We don't have that, oh, it's my weekend, like kind of rubbish no more. It's like certain times I'll be like, oh, Liana, look, I need to do this. This has just come up. Can you, like, I know obviously normally I'd have Kai to say, but can you have it? So we're just literally, it's very fluid where he's at.
So say there's a dad out there who's going through, he finished with his ex-missus and he's locking heads with her constantly. What advice would you give to him? So a similar situation to you, you can look back on yourself. What advice would you give?
I think let go was one of the best things I did. Is you got to let go and stop trying to control the uncontrollable.
Because a lot of people let go of, not cutting you in there, but they let go of the child themselves. No, what I'm saying is, you know what dad I'm talking about here, where you're just like, she's stopping me seeing my kids. You know what? I'm going to take a step back. I'm just going to like let her do what she wants and then the child will come to me. No. Do you know what I mean?
I think let go of trying to control. Because that's what it is. Like if you're arguing with someone, you're trying to get your point across and because it makes complete sense to you. But then they might disagree.
Have a different perspective on it.
Yeah, it might have a different perspective. It might even just be emotional. It's like, I don't like you anymore because you cheated on me or because you've been run off with our life savings, whatever it is. So I don't want to listen to anything you've got to say. You need to let go and be like, actually, you just do what you need to do and I'm going to do what I need to do. Because ultimately it's a child. Because that's what I did. I was like, I was always mad at Liana for always going out raving. She was always out. And it was like, it just used to piss me off. I'm like, I don't understand why you're always busy. And as a man now, I really get, she was just trying to live her life, bless her. But when I stopped caring, then it became easier because it's like, well, I'm just going to be the best dad that I can be. I've got no power of what you'll do. You're doing you, innit? But I'm going to do me. And what I want to do is this. And that's that.
There's two dads have asked the same question too, and they've said that it's the letting go and the lack of control over the situation. Two different people, same answer. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah,
it's real though, because you got to think before, like you and Dan, you have that's what I mean about control. It's not the Piers Morgan, Andrew Tate where you can't control it. It's not that. And that's not what Andrew Tate was saying. He's saying, when I say control, if you say you want to go walking around in a miniskirt at 2:00 in the morning, I'm going to have a bit of control and say, no, you're not going out. Why would I let you out, innit? It's not
my job is to protect you. I cannot protect you if you're
doing it. So it's the same thing. It's like me trying to hold on and be like, you should do this, this and this with him. It's like, actually, no, you do what you want to do. I'm going to do this. You know what I mean? So it's no longer about me and you, it's about them.
But say your idea is over here, her idea is over here.
Which is always the case.
How do you end up getting into that middle ground?
I think recently what I've said to Liana is just let me do what a dad needs to do to make him great. Because my only objective is to make my children great. And then I explained her superpower of you nurture him. You give him a cuddle, you kiss him, you make sure you attend to his needs, you make him food. Come around my house, you make your own food. What do you think this is? I'm saying, like, you're a big man, innit? You're making up your sound.
Don't say that, because I know you're one soft in your heart as well. I know you are.
But that's the thing. I am. I'm very soft. I'm very soft with my kids. But, and you know, you touched on it earlier. I'm a super soft dad, but it takes something from me to make, like yesterday, for instance, you get your lunch ready, iron your own clothes. Because here's the thing, my objective is to make you great. Now, if I'm doing all the shit for you, does that make you great? No.
See, I always say I'm very lazy, so I'd much rather teach my kids how to do something and let them do it themselves than me have to do it for them on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So, but Dan is very good in terms of now she's like, I'm not saying she didn't say it before, but like, Ivy will go and iron her shirts. Now she has to do like X, Y, Z for herself because I'm like, you kept doing it for her. So she's not learned how to do it. So now she's like, but now to her credit, Ivy went upstairs, ironed her school shirts ready for school today. So it's good for her, man.
That's what I mean. I think that's more important. And this is where we get confused, I believe, being a parent, or you want to do everything to make you intrinsically feel good. Yeah. Now, not you, but I find that a lot of parents and grandparents and stuff want to do things that actually make them intrinsically feel good. Oh, here's some sweeties. Here's some poison. Fundamentally, if I keep
Mum, listen to this point. Listen.
If I keep programming you for sugar, then we've got a problem, because now we've created something inside. The free radicals are running around. They need that to sustain their normality. So as soon as I remove the sugar, it's like this is an uncontrollable environment. But actually, is sugar good? No, it's not good. It's terrible. It's actually
cousin of cancer.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So, you know, of all these things, when you make the children miss out on this stuff, it seems like you're being horrible, but actually, no, I'm protecting you, because ultimately, at some point, this is going to come up in your world. If I get you predisposed to it, what's the word? If I get you used to it at such a young age, you're going to be doing the same thing at an old age. Yeah. 100%. And that's not what we want to facilitate. That doesn't create what I deem a high performance environment or an excellent environment. That creates a necessity for negativity, not negativity, what's the word? I don't know, the necessity for things that actually don't really help you. But it's being comfortable to do it, because sometimes it's hard. Like my son the other day was like, oh, Dad, can I go here? And I'm like, well, what's the benefit of you going there? I know that you think it's good because you can get to hang out with your pals, but actually no. He wanted to go somewhere which was totally the other end of town. And it was like, and I'm not really a no guy to my son. I always say yes. But it was one of those times where it's like, no, I have to be harsh here.
So when you said no, did you put an explanation onto why?
Yeah. Okay. I gave an explanation that he needed to hear.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what explanation I give. He doesn't care, because he only wanted to do that. There's nothing I can say really. It's going to, help that. But I did it because like that. I don't think that's what's right for you. You wanted to go somewhere where everyone was, but that's where they will stay. So then once you've stayed and the party's over, you're the one that has to come all the way back. They're going to be where they're at. If you were to meet in neutral ground, I'd have been like, yeah, go, knock yourself out. But I don't want you all the way over there when you've got limited funds. It's like quite late in the day. The ball ache of you getting back from there and the ball ache of me having to drive over to there, yeah, that would have been for me. That's a 90-minute round trip.
Oh no, I'm alright.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so it's like,
nah. I'm dreading them conversations,
Yeah.
And this is why because obviously I live in Milton Keynes, and when people say, "Oh, Milton Keynes is so good," blah blah blah, it's not, because it doesn't create any level of independence from the age of 11 to until you drive. You have no form of independence, because I remember when I first went to secondary school, I was one of the oldest in my year, so I was like 11, 12 when I went to secondary school. And from the time I went there, I had my bus pass. So, and I had a travel card as well. So, zone 3. I used to be able to go everywhere. And like, it was, as soon as I finished school, if I wanted to go Lewisham, if I wanted to go like anywhere I wanted to go, I could go there on a bus, boom, 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 do what I needed to do.
Right,
and then, so that in terms of me being independent, I was like free will, doing what I want. But then in Milton Keynes, they don't have that level of independence, because dad has to drop them there, or mum has to drop them there, or pick them up. And like, just to go from, like, if you miss buses in Milton Keynes, you're waiting a long time. But if you miss a bus in London, the next one's coming in like 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean? So it's calm. So yeah, I dislike Milton Keynes just because of that, the independent side of things. I love being independent. Like, I was doing what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it, if I wanted to do it. You know what I mean? All right. So I want to ask you something.
Yeah, man.
What's the most embarrassing thing one of your pick-me has done and it's impacted you? And you know why I'm asking this as well?
No, I don't actually.
Because my most embarrassing thing that a child has done that's implicated me was at your house.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me see what if you've been embarrassed by your pitney in any way. He didn't know I was gonna ask him this question.
No, I don't know if I've got an answer for this. What's the most embarrassing thing? I'm gonna have to try and think to Kai, because
Rain and Ocean ain't done that yet.
yeah, Ocean ain't done that. You know what I mean? What's Kai done? I suppose the most embarrassing thing actually is something of late. And I'm going to say this, and I don't even really tell people because it's something that I struggle to deal with. And this is something that he's been doing for the last however long he's been doing it. And it actually just annoys me. Like, obviously I've gassed him as an athlete, right?
Here we go.
This guy, yeah, I remember like one of the first people that did it. Well, I found one time, you know, kids and their lies, isn't it? So this is years ago, right? He was in school and I had his blazer and I grabbed his blazer. And there was something in the pocket. I said, hey, what's that? Pulled out a vape. Yeah. And I was like, I looked at him, I was like, what's this? He's like, oh, it's Bobby's. It's Bobby's, and he just needed me to hold it for him and I forgot to give him it back. You want to believe it. That's the problem. You want to believe it. But my kid, fucking liar, yeah? My eldest kid, he lied. My youngest son never lies. I'll be like, who done that? Like in the dad.
Me.
He'll be like, me. And I'll be like, you're supposed to be a bit intimidated, but you just don't. Like, yeah, me what? Whereas Kai would be like, oh, you know, I mean, some guy came in from next door and he did it. That's what Kai would say. Yeah, because Kai,
that sounds like Ivy and Sienna all day long.
Breaks me because I say to him like, yeah. I mean, I'm veering off. I was going to say. So basically, I got arrested many moons ago, and I remember my dad came with me to the station, and I didn't really lie to my dad like that. I'd lie, yeah, but I didn't lie like that. And he fought my case, and it was like, but if I'd have went there on my own, they probably would have got a confession out of me for something that I didn't do. Okay. Yeah, because it was, you know, when you're a kid, you're like, oh, people probably would say, oh, just sign that, mate, and just say you did it, and we'll, you know, be a slap on the wrist, that's all. And I might have done that. You just don't know.
Like the case in New York.
Like the film, yeah, what's that program?
Yeah, I know
you know the one, yeah. You just say,
the 5 ways, and
what's that called? Oh,
that killed. That honestly broke me, man. I was like,
it's a horrible show, isn't it? Horrible. Like, it just makes you mad.
Yeah, very.
But yeah, my dad came with me, so that didn't happen. My dad was not having it, and I was so happy because they'd put my name and said, yeah, he said it was Dominic Felix. I'm like, they said that, and he was like, yeah, and then my dad just knew it wasn't me, and it wasn't me, and yeah, I veered off, and I always say
so your point in case was the fact that you didn't lie to your dad, so your dad knew that he could have your back.
Yes.
100.
Yeah, and I always say that story to Kyan, and I'm like, you have to understand, if you lie to me, at some point the universe will challenge you, and then I'll be stuck with, I don't know whether or not you're lying.
Yeah. That
was a very significant situation that could have went sideways, but because my dad was there and he knew that I didn't lie to him like that, he could just back it to the end. You know what I mean? And I say, Kai, you have to understand, if you lie to me, I can't help you, mate. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, back to the most embarrassing one. So my man's out there vaping, acting cool and running madness outside Tesco's, and one of my pals like, yeah, Dom, you know your athlete son, Kai? Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, I just thought I should let you know, he's vaping outside Tesco's. I'm like,
did you know this before you got the vape from his pocket?
The vape from his pocket was ages before. He's like, don't do that anymore, Dad. No, don't do that anymore. No, gone, Dad, gone. Don't do that. Oh, brilliant, son. And then my man said that, and internally I'm like, because I always post my son, I'll be like, yeah, look at him doing this, he's magical, he's the best person in the world. Look, that was the best, amazing, he should play for England now. Yeah. And then he's like, with a vape in his hands? Nah. So it's like that. I mean, that's probably one of the ones where it's like, that was.
How did you did you tell him off? Did you speak to Leanna about it? How did you navigate that?
Yeah, that was very difficult because he fibs about it. he still continuously fibs about it. And I'm like, son, like, let's tell me the truth. So it's not really, I don't know, it's a difficult one for me because it's something that it's just not going to help you. And I don't know if it's because you're cool and you think, yeah, this is making me cooler. I don't know what it is, but that's just not going to help with what you claim you want. And the more you do it, you reduce the probability of you making such a small percentile thing happen anyway.
Does Leanna vote?
No. Oh. No, absolutely not. Leanna's never done, well, I mean, I don't know about now because me and her ain't together, but I'm pretty sure she definitely doesn't do that. I could be wrong though. Sure. I don't know what she's dead on now. She's doing what she's doing, isn't it?
Okay. No, only because obviously you always see what your parents do and then kind of either copy it or don't copy it.
Yeah, he's never seen that from me. And I'm pretty sure he's never seen that from Leanna. So.
See, I said to, because both me and Dan don't smoke or vape or nothing like that. I said to the kids, I was like, I'm telling you now, if I see you vaping or all that strippiness, I said to them, I'd rather you smoke weed than vape.
Time.
Like,
it stings, man, because it's like, look at you, little fanny, little vaping, man. You know what I mean? Like, look at you, the cherry vape, man. What are you doing? Flipping out,
you little fanny. All right, off the bat, off the top of your dome, one thing that you're grateful for.
I think life. Quite simply, I know it's a very massive generalization, but definitely every day I give thanks for life. I give thanks because this whole place is amazing, and me personally, I'll continuously learn from it. And the whole process, positive or negative, is an amazing experience.
Because that's one thing I'm going to try and implement, and just try and talk to people about like what they're actually grateful for. Because I know that when I was going through it like a few years ago, I was like, like everything just gets on top of you. Yeah. And you're just like, what am I actually grateful for? Like to make me feel better. And it, honestly, like it made me feel so much better. Like thinking of things that I was actually grateful for. Just trying to find a scenario.
I think like for me again, the whole experience, like I say positive or negative, it's like, wow, I'm blessed to be going through this. I mean, I think I see it a little bit differently since passing my father, because when you have someone like my dad's obviously my first superhero, and you know, when you have someone who leaves, you start realizing that actually this process, like we're all gonna have to leave eventually. So this process lasts as long as it lasts. So I don't have time to be like, you know what I mean? It's like, nah, bro, like, just keep it moving. There's things like, damn, can't believe that, man. Or certain times where it's like, right, I'm gonna fill you in right now. Like, say like the thing else, like there's certain times when you switch, but each emotion, appreciate it and feel it and embrace it and live through it. Because eventually you'll be living no more.
That's a fact. This phone, I hate iPhones, you know. All right, so I've got a scenario for you. Hi all, so I recently started dating again. After a few months, she had to move to another town for work. She said she will be staying with a girlfriend till she can get her own place. She came to visit me over the weekend for the first time in 2 weeks since she moved. She claims that she wants to move back because the living environment is not that great and she doesn't like being far away from me. That being said, she did, however, confess that she was actually living with a man 25 years older than her that she had met at work about a week before moving in, but there are no romantic feelings. My gut says I am being played and taken for a fool. What would you give advice to this young man?
I just think she's probably, she's not the one, bro.
If you, so if you opened the door and started lying straight away, you kind of, it's only downhill from there, really, isn't it?
Because it's always an option. It's always an option to lie. Like I was saying about my son earlier, the problem is when you start, to stop is very difficult. You need to consciously stop. So this situation here, mate, like if you, and this is a gentleman, right? Oh yeah. So if you, like, look, the world is massive. You look out the door, you're going to see people within 5 minutes walking out, unless you're in, you know, Ireland somewhere in some farm. Like generically speaking, you're going to see people. I'm guessing that with this gentleman, he's going to be in an environment where there's people. Make yourself excellent, and then you will find your excellence. That's it. That's my belief. Like when people moan about, like, 'cause it's weird for me And people are like, oh, I can't meet a man or I can't meet a woman. I'm like, I don't know that world because I know that, like, I don't mean it like I'm some G, yeah, but what I'm saying is,
I hear it. I hear
you
it.
see what I'm saying? Like, I haven't met someone in 15 years. It's like, what the fuck have you been doing? Like, what do you mean? Like, I can meet someone in 15 minutes. You know what I mean? If I was single, but no, but she just,
Chris, you don't mean it.
No. She knows what I mean. I believe she's the same. If Kirsty been me, like she's already obviously you go through your flipping, what's the word, mourning period and all that. But I mean, I believe that my woman is brilliant. So I don't think that if me and her did finish, that she'd be just on the shelf for time. This way.
That's a discredit to you if she was on the shelf.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she ain't gonna be on the shelf for more than 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying, I think she's an absolute beaut. And the same here. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna be on the shelf. I mean, that's on the shelf for me, man.
I think she's a beaut. I think she's a beaut. Same here.
No, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get confused. I'm like, well, where are you putting yourself? Like that you don't meet anyone.
But do you think, so if you feel like you need to get into a relationship straight away, do you feel like there's an insecurity with that person?
I don't know, I'm not saying, sorry, let me clarify as well. Obviously, I was running joke on the last piece, but absolutely, if you've been in a relationship, don't be that, and that's why I said it's about you. So like you make yourself excellent. So I make myself excellent with, I don't know, like I'm not going to speak that into the universe, but if someone was in a situation similar to mine with their partner and then that didn't work out, then you go through your mourning period and you can, during that mourning period, you continuously make yourself excellent and go into the world and you will find excellence. But if you're just a mediocre sitting around feeling sorry for yourself, blaming people, that shit. I was with someone who I love very much the other day, a man who's very important to me. No madness, but like he's I love him very much, and
I love the way no madness.
But like it was weird for me because he kept blaming the world, and I'm there listening, thinking, "Are you all right?" Like, as in, like, because like, look, I'm here, innit? You're here. You can't be out here blaming me for your problems, innit? You did that. Like, I didn't. No one ain't responsible for my problems. Like, Leanna, you hear me say, "Oh yeah, Leanna," I'm not there. Because I'm responsible. And like I said, Leanna's going to do what she's going to do. I'm going to do it. I can only focus on me. And that's what we get wrong a lot of the time. We always say, oh yeah, she left me and she broke my heart. I just don't know what to do now. Bollocks, mate. You're spending too much time feeling sorry for yourself. You want that pity party. It's not that. It's not that. You even said it about your daddy. Do you know what I mean? In the sense you weren't like, oh, it was like, obviously, I agree. What did we miss out? But at the same time, you didn't stay in that position. You moved on to make yourself as excellent a dad, which is something that you hold in high esteem as you possibly can. And the results are speaking for themselves. You've got 3 beautiful children, both on the inside and on the outside. The way that your daughters are with my youngest son, phenomenal. The way that Ro is in terms of his character and the relationship that you two have, I love watching it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that's actually beautiful because for me, there's nothing else. What else is there? And, this is what I was saying when we were talking about the Eddie Hearn. We was having a private conversation earlier about Eddie Hearn and Barry Hearn. And it's like for me, obviously.
Eddie Hearn, I've interviewed him. Check it out.
Yeah, he has actually. He has. Actually, and did you interview Craig as well? Craig Richards?
No, I got a picture of him. But I'm gonna,
Yeah,
watch
that anyway.
Whatever.
But like we were saying, I think the struggle that we go through as men allows us to prop our kids up and give them so much excellence. That's my thing. I want to be like, I want to give you so much excellence. And, to a degree, I believe I'm doing that. But here's the interesting thing. The more excellent I make myself, the more excellent my kids are going to be. And I just believe that's fact. Do you know what I mean? So that's why you always have to put yourself first. That's why I always say on the airplane, push on your mask first, man. Because if you're dead, you can't help anybody anyway. You know what I mean? Because when altitude change, you finish. And then if the picnic had the mask on, I said, well, I can't do shit because you ain't here. You know what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying though, innit? So, but anyway, Yeah. Sorry, I went off onto a rant then. But yeah.
Nah, it's good. Yeah, we'll call it there. And then thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
really do appreciate you. His link will be in the description. Do you want to shout out the business?
Yes, Boxer's Body. Yeah, on Instagram, Boxer's Body. Just type in Boxer's Body. Website is boxersbody.co.uk.
But yeah, Northampton, surrounding areas, get down there, give it a try. I've been to one of your sessions.
Yeah,
you try and get me beat up by everyone in the gym.
Whatever, MK.
You tried to get me beat up by everyone in the gym. It didn't work.
It didn't work. Yeah, it didn't work.
But no, thank you very much for doing this.
Thank you. If you don't come, it just means you're scared. But yeah. Nah, I appreciate it. I appreciate being asked to come on. I really enjoyed that. And now we can get coffee, my treat.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah?
Nice and brother.
That's